Alright, gainers, today it was the last day of the Lorcana League season before Arcasia's Island comes out. So we played Old Reliable, I guess. I don't know. I'm a green steel player at heart. It's who I am. Look at that. We got the Japanese, we got the Chinese, and we got the American one. That's kind of cool. I'm a green steel player at heart. It's who I am. But today I said I'm going to end the season by playing some steel song. And that's what we did. And we did it with the wheel variant, the whole new world. You know the one. So this is what we did. We'll talk about our matchups. What happened? We won two and we lost one. We lost our first one to green steel, to good old Joe. Joe built a real big board, had some muses. One time he even sang Sudden Chill with a dock just to bounce my card with muses. Crazy. Enough of that. Let's talk about this deck. This is I don't know what it's made off of. It's just like I don't know. I had some cards together and then it was already together. Like I'd been traveling for the last 2 months, so I didn't have like anything really built that I wanted to play. And then I had like the core of this set together, like in a deck, and it was already like mostly sleeved. So I didn't have to sleeve these tonight. And I like that. So it was kind of pick up and go. So I had one Daisy Duck, mostly because I only have one Daisy Duck. If I had multiple Daisy Ducks, you better believe I'd be playing multiple Daisy Ducks, but I don't, so I filled out those slots with Lilo. She quests for 2 lots of times in all of my matches. I think today I tried to be very aggro. I try to get as many fast questers on board as possible, and Lilo and Daisy can do that because they can quest for 2. I had this one. I only played her once. I only have one of her in the deck because I only have one copy of it, and that's all right. We controversially have the Naveen card. Lots of people are ditching the Naveen. I think Naveen's still pretty fun because when he comes into play, he can play any 6 cost or less song for freezies. And that's a great deal. So that's why Naveen stuck in the deck. We also had 3 Ursulas. This is the 2-drop that can sing for 4. Kind of feels like bad value when you can get out 2 other characters. Like I usually ink the Ursula instead of playing her because I don't have any Along Came Zeus's in here. And then I'd much rather have like a Robin and a Cinderella on that turn versus a Ursula. But that's just my opinion. The Ariel, Spectacular Singer, always hits. Never a whiff. Always such a good card to see in your hand. If you're not playing Ariel, where are you at? She can sing 5 cost songs. She can survive a lot of stuff. She can even challenge into stuff. Ariel, the Spectacular Singer, one of the best cards in all of Amber Ink. We got Rapunzel gifted with healing, and we got the playset of the 4 of them. So like this is really where the bulk of the expense of the deck comes in, because each one of these is like $40. So this makes the deck very expensive, but she's kind of worth it, but not worth it today. I ended up inking her probably like 3 out of the 4 times. I played her one time just because like I was in top deck mode and like I just had to put her out there to quest for 2. And then one other time today I used her to heal 1 damage off of a Smee. So overall, Rapunzel didn't have the value for me today at League Night, but that's okay. Then we got the number 1 drop in all of Disney Lorcana. People right now are losing their minds about the Belle that is a 3/3 that you can play for free if you discard an item card. But Cinderella's the OG of that. Cinderella's so good, so we keep her in the deck. She'll always be playable. If you've played against an Amber Steel, you better be seeing those because it can sing all of these songs. It can sing like the Storm Rage on it, can sing Strength of the Raging Fire, and it's a good deal. And then I put in 2 copies of the Stout-Hearted Cinderella. This is the one that normally costs 7, but if you shift her, it only costs 5. It's got a 5/5 stat line, but it's got resist 2, so it's almost like a 5/7 stat line, which is absolutely huge, and it can challenge ready characters. So I was able to remove a lot of characters just by challenging, and then it has the resist 2, so it barely takes any damage. I was able to take out a Calhoun and only take 1 damage, and the Calhoun would have been able to take out my other characters next turn, so that was a good deal. To take out Calhouns with the Cinderella Stout-Hearted, I think it's underrated. I think like just a deck focused around getting Stout-Hearted out might even be good too. Like the blue steel deck that I hope to play next week at League. We got 4 Robin Hood. This is the Beloved Outlaw, the 1/2/2 drop. Depending on what my opponent is doing, if my opponent's going first or second, I'm either going to play the Cinderella or the Robin Hood on turn 1. Because if they like put down a character that has a 2 strength and 2 willpower, I'm probably going to match that if I'm going second with my Robin Hood, so I'm able to attack it, unless I have a Strength of the Raging Fire ready to go with the Cinderella. Not Strength of the Raging Fire, Storm Rage on. This is Robin Hood, the Champion of Sherwood. Another legendary card in the deck. You can shift it on turn 3. onto one of these Robin Hoods. And then if you banish a character, you get lore. If it's banished in a challenge, which happened to me, you get to draw a card. Lots of value with the Robin. He can also sing the 5-cost songs. Lots of value with it. I put the Beast Tragic Heroes in it, mostly because I have a playset of the Beast Tragic Heroes, so I'm probably going to play it. Normally it's in the green steel decks, but today I was like, I have it. I'm going to put it in because I don't want to find the other cards that would actually be best in this list. I'm always inked this week. At League, I inked all of these every match. Never played one on the board, but that's okay. We got 4 Mr. Smees. Mr. Smees MVPs of the day. This guy can quest for 6 normally. Like, you quest him, he takes a damage. You quest him, he takes a damage. You quest him, and then he's banished. Mr. Smee, definitely MVP. Love having me a playset of Mr. Smees in my steel style decks. I should probably try to upgrade these to foil. Speaking of foil, we got a foil Pete right there. Foil Pete and then 3 other Petes. Pete makes your opponents not play actions next turn, so you can kind of shut them down, especially after you play steel songs. And you're going to do that like if you play Whole New World, which we only ran 3 copies of. After you play Whole New World, you want to be able to play a Pete so your opponent won't be able to use their removal spells on you the next turn. We got 4 Strength of Rage of Fire is one of the best songs in all of Disney Lorcana. 4, I said Strength. I always mix them up, dude. But that's okay. We got 4 Strength of Rage and Fire, 4 Let the Storm Rages On. A great package in any steel deck. We got 1 Grab Your Swords in it, mostly because if somebody plays Grab Your Swords against me, it's like the worst thing for me. So I play this card just so I can do the worst thing for somebody else. It does 2 damage to each opposing character. And another weird card, just like the beast that we have in here, is the 3/2 Shift Simba line. This one you can play down on 1. So sometimes I play this Simba on turn 1 just to be able to scry a card and get another inkable card. If my hand was like congested with all these uninkables, I'd play him down and then eventually I'd be able to shift him. You can do it as early as turn 3. And this one was huge. I used this guy with her to take out McDuck Manners 3 times today because this does 4 damage and this does 5 damage. I used them literally to take out 3 McDuck Manners because you have to hit the 9, and I did it with these 2 on board. And it was okay until they ran a Fox into this. Were they on Blurple? No, I guess that was another game. But that's the deck that we got going on. And you know, one other thing about this Rapunzel is over to my right here, I have the Rapunzel of Pokemon, Goldengo EX. I don't know what I'm getting at here. Anyway, next week, I'm super excited not to play the Steel Song list. I'm super excited to play Hey Hey. Check out this chicken. So what I'm going to do with this chicken is I put this chicken in a deck. And then on turn 3, I put my whole hand into my inkwell. Should have like 7 ink on turn 3. And then I just play big bodies after that. So it'll be a blue steel deck. So the next time, boom, top deck a Cinderella. Oh, baby. It's too good. I'm excited for next week to try to build the Hey Hey meme deck. Check it out. Check it out on the screen. Check out this Hey Hey meme deck. If you want to see me play this Hey Hey meme deck on Inktable, I have the link to that video here. Thanks for watching. We put out new videos about Disney Lorcana every day. Thanks for watching. Please smash the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one.